Are you thinking about buying or selling real estate and just wondering on what the cost is going to be, especially if you're working with a realtor? Well, right now you're about to figure it out. Hi, my name is Suneet Agarwal of Big Block Realty North, and we're going to talk about the costs associated with a realtor, whether you're buying a property or selling a property. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the cost associated with a real estate agent when you're buying a property. And the good news is, most of the time, there will be nothing out of your pocket. Over 85% of buyers work with a real estate agent when purchasing a property. When a seller lists their property and they list it on the multiple listing service, they're advertising what they're offering to pay a buyer's agent to bring them a buyer to purchase their home. The listing agent actually offers a portion of the commission that they've negotiated with the seller to the buyer's agent to bring them a qualified buyer. So most of the time, there is no expense to a buyer when working with a real estate agent, unless the real estate agent has an additional fee that they charge you that'll come out of your pocket. I mean, the main job for a real estate agent on a buyer's side is to make sure you make a good decision and are properly represented. So you're not paying for your real estate agent out of pocket, but they're also not working for free. On the flip side, when you go to sell your property, you should hire a listing agent. And for that service, there is a charge. When you hire a listing agent, they'll actually offer a portion of their commission to the buyer's agent to bring them a buyer. And most sellers want to be on the multiple listing service or the MLS because it's going to expose them to the most amount of buyers. It doesn't make sense not to be on there. The portion that the listing agent keeps of the commission goes toward their expenses for facilitating the sale of the house, as well as all the marketing expenses associated with really getting your house out there in front of the most eyes. Generally, most of these expenses are front-loaded when the listing agent goes to sell your house. So they have skin in the game. If your house doesn't sell, they will lose all the money they spent on the marketing and other expenses. Some of those expenses can be videos, professional photos, being in premier placement on these fancy websites, virtual tours, Facebook ads, print marketing. The list goes on and on. So there's a good baseline idea of how the commissions work when buying or selling a home and who's expected to do what. I really hope you got something out of this video. My name is Sonny Agarwal. If you have any real estate related questions at all, I would love to be your resource. Reach out and we'll see you next time.